Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we dive into a story that hides in plain sight. A story you've probably held in your hand thousands of times without ever really seeing it. Imagine pulling a single coin from your pocket, just 25 cents, and realizing that its origins are tangled in revolution, political fear, and a young nation desperate to prove it could stand on its own. This is the story of what many Americans casually think of as the fourth coin of the United States. The quarter, but the truth is far less simple and far more unsettling. After independence, America didn't just need laws or armies, it needed trust. Trust that its money meant something. Trust that a coin struck in a new nation carried real value. In 1792, lawmakers argued not just about denominations, but about identity itself. Gold symbolized power, copper served the common man, and silver was the fragile middle ground where belief met reality. The quarter dollar emerged quietly in 1796, not as a star, not as a symbol of wealth, but as a necessary tool to stabilize commerce. Yet from the very beginning, it carried contradictions. Designed with elegance, struck in precious metal, and bearing symbols meant to unite a divided people, the quarter was never meant to be ordinary. Over centuries, wars would melt it down, inflation would cheapen it, and modern life would reduce it to vending machines and parking meters. But beneath that worn surface lies a lineage of coins so rare that collectors would one day pay hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions, just to own one example. This isn't just the story of a coin. It's the story of America learning how to define value, how to measure trust, and how easily history can slip through our fingers unnoticed. Tonight, we're unfolding that story, slowly, deliberately, and with all its shadows intact. When the United States declared independence, it didn't inherit a functioning monetary system, only confusion. Spanish dollars, British pounds, French coins, and private tokens all circulated side by side, and no one truly agreed on what anything was worth. This chaos wasn't just inconvenient, it was dangerous. A nation without reliable money struggled to collect taxes, pay soldiers, or trade confidently with the world. The Coinage Act of 1792 was Congress's attempt to impose order, and at its heart was a radical idea: decimal currency. Instead of the old European systems, America would divide its money cleanly, logically. The quarter dollar wasn't the first coin conceived, but it became essential because it filled the gap between everyday transactions and larger silver payments. When the first quarters were finally struck in 1796, they were made of 89.24% silver, later standardized to 90%, reflecting the belief that money had to be anchored in something tangible. Early quarters featured the draped bust design, with liberty portrayed not as a queen, but as a symbol of restrained strength. These coins were struck by hand-powered presses, each one slightly different, each one vulnerable to mistakes, cracks, and imperfections that would later make them priceless. Mintages was small, sometimes shockingly so, because the young mint lacked resources. Silver supplies were inconsistent, and public confidence was still fragile. As America expanded westward, quarters became workhorse coins, used in trade, travel, and wages. During wars, silver disappeared from circulation as citizens hoarded it, forcing the government to rethink coinage entirely. Designs changed, metals shifted, and symbolism evolved, but the quarter remained constant in purpose. Some years produced almost no quarters at all, turning ordinary dates into future legends. Collectors today obsess over coins like the 1796 draped bust quarter, not because it is beautiful though it is, but because it represents a moment when America was still deciding whether it would survive. Others chase the 1804 quarter, a coin so rare it feels almost mythical, born from low mintages and historical neglect. Even mistakes became valuable, like the 1823 halves overdate quarter, where an old date was repunched to save time and money, unintentionally creating a numismatic treasure. As the 20th century arrived, the quarter transformed again, becoming less about silver and more about symbolism, eventually losing its precious metal entirely. Yet collectors argue that this loss only sharpened its meaning. The modern quarter carries forward the ghost of its ancestors, echoing decisions made centuries ago. What's unsettling is not how rare some quarters are, but how many passed unnoticed through ordinary hands before anyone understood their worth. History didn't protect these coins. Chance did. So where does that leave us? Holding a coin that feels insignificant, yet carries the weight of centuries. The quarter dollar was never meant to be famous. It was meant to function, to solve problems quietly, to move through American life without ceremony. And maybe that's why its story feels so unsettling. The most valuable quarters ever struck weren't guarded treasures. They were tools, wages, forgotten payments, lost in drawers or melted down when the nation panicked. Their value today forces an uncomfortable question. How much history have we already spent without realizing it? Somewhere, long ago, someone bought bread with a coin that would one day be worth more than a house. Somewhere, a pocket jingled with silver that would later be called irreplaceable. The quarter doesn't just tell us about money. It tells us about perception, about how value is assigned, ignored, and rediscovered long after it's gone. And maybe that's why this story never really ends. Every time you reach into your pocket, there's a quiet possibility, however small, that you're touching a descendant of something extraordinary. If stories like this leave you uneasy, curious, or questioning what else we've overlooked, then you're exactly where this channel wants you to be. If you found this worth watching, please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment with the title of this video. History doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it waits to be noticed.